after David Lynch is dead, there's nobody left. You know, it's a wild thought that people don't really think about too much.
Hey, it's movie night tonight, guys. Don't worry, we're not watching none of them ass movies. We're watching Blue Velvet.
There were lots of beautiful energies and beautiful tones from everybody eulogizing their memories and their experiences with the works of David Lynch. And look, I know that I'm not trying to sit here and be a Hollywood guy or be a movie guy or be like Robin Williams and all, you know, like that stuff. When someone participates in cinema the way David Lynch does, it's worthy of some delving that's deeper than, I don't know, like slow motion shots and freaking lighting and like good angles with women touching themselves and stuff like that. There aren't any other works or any other artists that create something that it sort of brings you to where you need to be. There's lots of ultra violence and ultra sexual violence in plenty of other movies and this and that, and sometimes it's used to an awful effect. His movies, they allow you to or force you to auto-initiate, which is something that's been lost in this world. Is one reason why we don't have we do not live in a society and we do not live in a culture or a civilization. His movies are auto-initiations that cannot be taught. He is very aware of things that most people are completely, things are completely hidden from him. The blending of nightmare and torture. Nightmare, aesthetic, hard aesthetics, hard choices. If you have that right and you're not too insane to get along with people, then you can operate. In that, you can revelate without getting a bullet to the brain. Let me put it that way. A nightmare taps into some subconscious things. I found in his movies, in the extremities, what I enjoy the most, in that auto-initiation and revelation, even by force, by ways that are unassailable by authority. You know what I mean? And Lynch was the best at that. But I have no idea if that's his aim or even the consensus on him. I enjoy in myself those things. And that's what I enjoy in his. So, I mean, the earliest memories I have, my dad's always been a big curator. He's been an important curator in the cinema and video games I was exposed to as a child. And I remember way back in the day, I mean, this is a long time ago, he put on The Elephant Man. And there's nothing else from David Lynch that my dad would even be able to watch at all. I mean, nothing. There's nothing he would be able to watch. The Elephant Man, if anyone has ever seen that movie, and especially if you've seen it as a child, it really it puts something inside of you. It's because all of his movies, they put something inside of you. Do you remember? He put his disease in me. You remember that one? Remember that one from Blue Velvet? And Blue Velvet is something I only watched when I was an adult. Elephant Man was straight up crazy to watch. Seeing Dune was, it's like seeing that, you knew that at least one person had a license to do almost whatever they wished within the accepted reality of Hollywood. It's something that's so far beyond anybody else in all of filmmaking. It's something beyond anybody. Dune is the greatest movie of all time. There are no other movies that revelate everything I'm hearing from people's experiences with Lynch. I'm like, man, did anybody even watch his movies? Or even watch, I mean, not even Twin Peaks, like Fire Walk With Me, even more so than all of Twin Peaks. Hey, I mean, take Twin Peaks off the table right now, only Fire Walk With Me. You know what I mean? Fire Walk With Me is Twin Peaks. Though I do prefer season 2. And Fire Walk With Me is the best that's ever been done. It's the best that's ever been done. And I know it's great evil and it's great wickedness. And it's really, 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 really unclean. And I get all these things, you know. But there's something in that movie that, I don't know, it teaches you a lot. It teaches you a lot. And I just cannot believe it even exists. So I appreciate what he's done in that he auto-initiates the viewer. It's something I love about either what he didn't intend or what he does intend that I am the only one that sees, apparently, that I love so much that I understand it. And I know what it means to put it out there. But I know that it takes a toll on you. Spiritually, a lot of that stuff takes a toll on you, especially fire. Like it takes a toll. But I understand his revelation, and I love it, and I feel like I'm the only one that really is concerned with it. But that's okay. I don't want to sit here and explain everything in fine, insane detail, because it's straight up, I don't know, get me thrown in the nut house. But what I mean is, it's just hard to talk too much of Hollywood tier actors, because they are... Okay, let me put it this way. I don't know how much he spoke about whatever mystery religions he was initiated into, whatever mysteries he performed, but there are no heroes in Hollywood. Salute no man, worship no man. But Lynch did a lot for rape awareness. That's I'll boil it down for you instead of talking about the finer points of rape. He did the most for rape awareness. Twin Peaks: The Return was the greatest media event of all time, and now I agree with you. I straight up agree with you on that one. It altered my consciousness. Lynch is the only celebrity I've ever mourned. Got a light? I agree. I straight up agree with you. I straight up agree with you. It's like he was the only one out of everybody. It's like Lynch was the only one that was real, but he participated in Hollywood and all that stuff, so I'm not gonna say that. But you know what I mean? It's just that his countenance and his energy and his persona and his wisdom, I never met him when the cameras were off. I never talked to him when the cameras were off, you know what I'm saying? His persona, it's straight up diamond plated. I've never heard or heard even whispers of anyone else like that walking the earth. The greatest thing that I ever heard was only recently from David Lynch. And, you know, we've explored these things and this and that, blah, blah, blah. The magnetism of wickedness. But it was recent that I was exposed to this, that Lynch had said it. You know, me and Lynch are the only ones on the same page, except that he's not a moron. And he also remembers what he was talking about. I don't think David Lynch went through periods of insanity, if I'm going to compare myself to David Lynch. He said something that we've enjoyed for many years, but he has a way with words. And I can only paraphrase this because I don't even remember what he said, but something to the effect that negativity is mind control. And that was very powerful. That was very, 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 very powerful. And no one even understands how powerful that is, because I've never been raped. I could never be raped. No one would ever do that to me. No one would ever shorten my lifespan. That would never happen. You know, normal people that don't understand how the world works. But when Lynch says something, you know that it's real. Negativity is mind control. If you're hearing thoughts in the English language that make you feel sick and that make you low in your own mind, you're under mind control or some sort of possession. You have to start there. You have to know what is not real. You don't have to know what is real. You have to know what's not real, okay? Negativity is mind control. Making you low is mind control. It's the work of the devil. So right out of the gate, you have to know you're in a spiritual war and there's no one coming to save you. The only thing you have is you and your faith. That's it. Those are the only things you have in this life. Nothing else. And even your faith can be taken from you by force, absolutely. But I don't want to think about that. A foray into despair is the ultimate defeat. And it's not like it has to be like, you can't let the bastards grind you down. It's whatever is going to work for you. Maybe you do it for your ancestors. Maybe you do it for, I don't know, some crush, some muse. Maybe you do this for some muse. I don't know. Whatever works for you, you have to know thyself. Knowing thyself means you know the paths of the least resistance, of the spiritual apotheosis, or a transmutation of knowledge into wisdom, which is going to be super, super, super painful. You have to know that every single thought or anything that makes you feel ill, makes you feel bad, or drives faith away from you, or creates distance between you and God is not real. You have to understand that. Nothing else matters but that. Nothing else matters but that. You have to start there, otherwise you're already gone. And I'm not an expert on the holy armor, but I know that it is real. And it's the quest in this life to wield that holy sword and holy armor. David Lynch's body of work is this, and it is also my takeaway, and is also the ultimate summation of the raped. Okay? Industrial rape begets a generation of Laura Palmers. And that is the lesson from his body of work. Every time I say the raped, it means just that. Why do you think these women? What about the women? Who is it, Bleach? Is it who the women that are Lily Phillips, right? Giving Phillips head tight as hell. Lily Phillips is the only one I can remember, but there's another one that but Palmer though, Bleach. Palmer, Palm Sunday, walking on palms, like that's something that we could get into. Like Palmer is something. It's not nothing. What's up? I know what it's like to be an ideas man, and Lynch was an ideas man, but he was also the supreme appreciator of women, or at least those in Hollywood that pretend to be women. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh, was a Lynch in the black books? I forget. In the flight logs? I don't remember. But his, like no one else does, in my opinion, straight up, in my opinion, David Lynch is the only filmmaker to have ever lived, in my opinion. That's how I feel about him. I don't know. Like no one did anything remotely close to him. Like there's no one. Like there's no one that remotely did anything remotely close to David Lynch. No one in the world. No one. Like as far as I'm concerned, he's the only filmmaker to have ever lived. That's all. That's just the way it is.